Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a book that's become a massive global bestseller for a very good reason, Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you've ever tried to change a habit and failed, trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this. Okay, so let's just jump right in with a question we've all asked ourselves, probably sometime around January, right? Why is it so incredibly hard to make those big New Year's resolutions actually stick? You know the feeling. You start off with all this motivation, but a few weeks later, poof, it's gone. What's really going on there? Well, here's the thing. The book argues that the problem isn't you, it's your entire approach. We're taught to set these huge, ambitious goals that feel like climbing a mountain. But Atomic Habits suggests the real key is something way smaller, something almost laughably simple. It's all about shifting your focus from the overwhelming goal to a tiny, repeatable system. So what exactly is this new way of thinking? This is the absolute core of the book, what James Clear calls the science of atomic habits. And honestly, it's a total paradigm shift. It's about focusing on the system that leads to the results, not just obsessing over the results themselves. So, an atomic habit, what is that? Well, think about it like this. You know how atoms are the tiny building blocks of molecules? Atomic habits are the exact same thing, but for your life. They're the tiny, almost invisible building blocks of remarkable results. They seem insignificant on their own, but when you put them together, that's when the magic happens. And this quote right here, this is it. This is the heart of the entire book. Goals are great. They give you a direction to point your ship. But it's your systems, the things you do every single day that actually power the engine and get you there. It's not about how big you dream. It's about how consistent you are. Now, this is where it gets really mind-blowing. Look at the math here. This shows the incredible power of what people call the compound effect. If you just get 1% better each day, by the end of the year, you're not just a little better, you're nearly 38 times better. But get 1% worse, and you basically decline to zero. These tiny changes aren't just little tweaks. They're investments that compound like crazy over time. Okay, so the theory is powerful stuff, for sure. But how do we actually put it into practice? Let's get into the practical, hands-on toolkit the book gives us to build these systems in our own lives. Clear provides these really simple, science-backed life hacks that are designed to make changing your behavior feel almost effortless. See, it's not about finding more willpower or just trying harder. Nope, it's about designing a smarter process and a better environment around you. We're going to zoom in on two of the most powerful techniques in the whole book, things you can literally start using today. First up is habit stacking, which is all about leveraging the routines you already have. And second is the amazing 2-minute rule, which makes starting any new habit incredibly easy. Habit stacking is, well, it's such a clever trick for your brain. You're not trying to create a new routine from scratch. That's the hard part, right? Instead, you just stack your new habit on top of one you already do automatically. The formula couldn't be simpler. After I do my current habit, I will do my new habit. That's it. All right, technique number 2 is the 2-minute rule. And this one is all about destroying procrastination. See, the biggest point of friction for any new habit is just getting started. This rule is designed to completely obliterate that friction. And this is the whole philosophy behind it. It's not about one heroic action. It's about the compound effect of hundreds of these tiny 2-minute decisions. The goal isn't to run a marathon tomorrow. The goal is to just master the art of putting on your running shoes today. Do 30 minutes of yoga becomes take out my yoga mat. You make it so easy to start, you can't possibly say no. Okay, but let's be real for a second. Does all this focus on tiny little changes actually lead to those huge, life-altering results the book talks about? Well, let's look at how this all builds up. This is where the amazing ripple effect comes into play. Clear explains that some small habits, which he calls keystone habits, create this incredible cascade of positive effects. Like a 2-minute daily workout leads to more energy. More energy helps you focus better at work. Better focus gets you recognized by your boss. See how that works? One tiny little habit can literally start to improve every area of your life. And look, this isn't just some nice theory. The book is packed with inspiring stories of absolute top performers. We're talking Olympic gold medalists, leading CEOs, brilliant scientists who have all used these principles. The big takeaway here is that excellence isn't some rare act of genius. It's just a deep, unwavering commitment to mastering the fundamentals day in and day out. So let's bring it all together. After digging through the whole methodology, what's our final verdict on atomic habits? All right, looking at our breakdown, the strengths are just so compelling. It's incredibly practical and actionable, it's backed by real science, and this focus on systems over goals is a true game changer. On the flip side, it's worth remembering that for some, deeper psychological barriers might need more than a life hack. And of course, everyone's journey is different, so individual results are going to vary. For its incredibly clear, systematic, and just immediately useful approach to self-improvement, we give Atomic Habits a final score of 8.4 out of 10. For anyone who's serious about making real sustainable change, its practical value is just exceptional.
Now, if this has got you fired up and you want to go even deeper, we highly recommend a couple of complimentary books. The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg is fantastic for digging into the deep brain science of how habits work. And Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg offers another brilliant framework that focuses on micro behaviors.
Okay, so this is the most important part. What do you do with all this information right now, today, to actually start making a change? If you only take away one single thing from this whole explainer, please let it be this. Start with a habit that is ridiculously, laughably small. So small, it feels silly. Forget the finish line for a moment. Just focus on becoming the kind of person who shows up. And that's our deep dive into Atomic Habits. We'll leave you with that one final question to think about. What's the one tiny 1% change you're going to make today? Thanks so much for joining us.